What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video. A classic team that I have run for many seasons in the Master Premier League, and in this case, the Master Premier Classic League has been Haxorus Double Steel. It's a very strong team, or at least it has been in seasons past. Now, there's been a lot of new introductions to Master League Premier, but you still kind of have that same core meta. And we're going to test out if this team still works well to this day. And I've been running it lately in Master Premier. You guys know I'm not like the biggest grinder. I don't have the biggest arsenal of Pokemon when it comes to Master League or Ultra League. I have a ton for Great League because that's my primary focus. I have like over 200 Pokemon built. But for Master League, not as much. So we're going to see if this core still works in Master League Premier, and we're off to the first one. Tough lead, Florges. So this is how the team is designed, right? You have a fairy lead. You're going to swap in your Metagross. I'm trying to be fancy here and like catch a disarming voice, but it didn't work. We're met by an Excadrill, which is terrible. But on the bright side, our Magnezone does avoid this Excadrill. So whenever this happens, I know at least I can get a shield here by going for the Earthquake. And unfortunately, Excadrill is able to come out of this with a lot of residual energy, so we're not going to be able to farm it all the way down. Otherwise, it'll get to another drill run. So I do have to throw a Night Slash here at some point. But our Magnezone is sitting there in the back, and it's a Gyarados. And this is a little tricky, right? Because I don't want to debuff myself super early, and then these waterfalls start chunking me really, really bad. So I build up a bunch, then I go for Wild Charge. But this floor just has a ton of energy, so this is still a little bit uncomfortable. Perhaps I should have gone for the Wild Charge here, anticipating the no shield. Because even though Mirror Shot's super effective, it's still not going to do as much as the Wild Charge. I get off another Mirror Shot here. I get him low. I try and combo play here with my Night Slash. I get the last shield, and they had to double up to have a chance there. And they were not quite able to, so a nice come from behind lead game 1. Game 2, we get a positive lead. We have a great safe swap. Gyarados can make this rather uncomfortable for Magnezone with Waterfall, because they shield it, so now I'm debuffed. People usually don't shield the Gyarados there because they think you're going to Mirror Shot bait because you don't want to debuff yourself. So I played it kind of risky. And now if he shields this, he's going to be able to take back Switch against me. But because my Metagross has access to Earthquake, I knew I wasn't totally opposed to this happening. Because even if my Metagross is aligned with the Excadrill now, the Excadrill has no shields, and I can just Earthquake it. So we eat the crunch. I snipe the Gyarados there, get a 2-bullet punch head start. And there comes the Excadrill. We just have to be careful. We don't want them catching this Earthquake on something, right? So you're going to see me be patient here. I like waited for a couple mud shots. It looked like he waited too. Kind of weird. Earthquake takes him out. Bang. And a Primarina in back. So we're in a pretty good spot here, especially since it's Charm. And yeah, a couple just like useful tips in Master League is if you're running Metagross, Metagross up a shield beats pretty much anything. There's literally like only a couple Pokemon that technically beat it. I think Shadow Snorlax, Shadow Gyarados, and Charizard with Fire Spin. So you're in a pretty good spot if you have Metagross up a shield. It's very tough for anything to beat Metagross. down a shield. Catch a Clefairy there as our reward. And also the reason I have it best buddied is because it reaches a breakpoint against Dragonite. So Dragonite can actually beat Metagross in the 2 shield. But with that best buddy breakpoint, I think your bullet punches do 1 extra damage. And it allows you to win that matchup more comfortably. So we got Metagross against Snorlax here. This is favorable for Snorlax, but Metagross, as you can see, can definitely put up a fight still. I'm not going to bother shielding because I feel like he might body slam me. But he skull bashes me. So that actually would have been a pretty good shield, but now this Meteor Mash will not do as much since Skull Bash buffs your defense by 1 stage. I'm keeping track of their energy. I know this isn't enough for another Skull Bash. It's just a body slam, so I'm going to let it go. And then I get a little head start, and I'm met by a Garchomp, and that's game over. Garchomp's such a hard answer to Magnezone. Really nothing you can do there. And I don't know if Snorlax is the better swap there than Garchomp against a Mudshot. I swapped my Metagross, right? They swapped in Snorlax rather than their Mudshot Garchomp. So maybe that is just the correct swap. But one thing I do notice with this team is if you're running Haxorus Double Steel, it has been popular for a lot of seasons. So some people are going to be able to call your team and recognize what you're running, which puts you at a little bit of a disadvantage. So sometimes they might like swap in a softer counter to your Metagross because they're anticipating the Magnezone in back. So I've had situations where like I swap my Metagross and they swap their own Metagross, and then they end up having a Garchomp in back, and then the Garchomp aligns with my Magnezone. So they read what my team was. So that's always a bit of a disadvantage when you run kind of a popularized team, especially in like the higher elo ranges. People are going to be able to predict it. Terrific lead for Hax. In comes their own Hax. And I don't really have a great answer for this, so I'm just going to stay in for now. I get the shield with Night Slash. Only reason I Night Slash there is for a potential boost. I'm going to respect it. Throw my Dragon Claw this time. Don't want them to live a move and get off another move. They decide to let it go. So now if like a Charmer comes in, I can definitely swap. And it is a Togekiss. So I'm willing to swap here. And I'm just going to get off my Meteor Mash before this Togekiss can dip out of here. I don't want to have to like shield a Flamethrower later on. I just want to get rid of it. And now we're in a pretty comfortable spot. We're going to try and CMP tie if possible on this Meteor Mash. We get the last shield. They elected not to throw. And they get a little bit greedy going for the full lick down. They were in a tough spot anyway. Even if they throw a move there, I think we pretty much had it in the bag. Not going to reveal our third. And we take the dub. There we go. Oh, this battle's starting a little bit late. I remember this. This Chandelure just ruins my life, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I thought I could farm down in 3 bullet punches, but no, it hangs on. It hangs on and gets off another flame charge. So I'm down 2 shields. I swapped my Metagross because I had a bad lead. And I'm down both shields. And they read me like a book. They come in with their own Metagross. I combo here, just trying to be fancy. I forget what the lead was. But at least I get a shield there. Avalugg? Okay. Is this possible still? I don't even want to fully charge it. I do fully charge it. But I Night Slash instead of Claw because I wanted to get a Spark down here with my Magnezone. I do get the Spark down, which is nice. And this Metagross is in Wild Charge range, so I just have to make a catch. A catch is my only win con here, but they let it go! Like a crazy person. They tried to call the bait. Okay, we take those. I guess a catch wasn't the win con. Win con was just landing a Wild Charge. That game was looking so bad, and then suddenly was good. We got Boyghost texting us. Magnezone versus Gyarados. We're in a pretty like hard counter situation here. But I have screwed this up before. I have like taken a crunch debuff and then actually lost switch here because I didn't want to go down to shield. Because you know there's an Excadrill waiting for you. So it's like, why would I shield? So I throw my Mirror Shot just to make sure. And I actually get a shield. And I'm like, huh. I might be able to live this Aqua Tail. It's a crunch. I don't live it. So I totally screw up here. Give my opponent switch advantage. And if there's like a Charmer in back, I could be totally screwed. You just saw my opponent take back switch Gary against Magnezone. Horrible for me. He shields the EQ. I got my friends texting me weird stuff. And fortunately for us, it's a Waterfall Primarina. Apologies, I must have... I think this was actually the first battle, and I forgot to turn off Do Not Disturb, so I know I'll get a comment. Rise! The notifications were so distracting. I don't know how you expect us to watch. Hashtag unfollow, hashtag unsubscribe. But we get a huge bullet punch down there, and the Excadrill awaiting the Earthquake had enough. Didn't want to eat that EQ, and decides to top left. So... all in all, I think Haxorus Double Steal still is very strong. There are certain team comps that you just can't really beat with this team. Like, for example, Togekiss, Snorlax, Garchomp. It's pretty much impossible to beat that team if your opponent just maintains Switch. But like any team, right, every team's going to have some hard counter lines. And this team not only has the ability to, like, really... like core break some teams with Haxorus if they're like double weak to counter, for example. But it also has the ability to overcome bad leads if they don't necessarily have like two Steel Answers, if they only have one hard Steel Answer. Or sometimes Metagross can even take back a shield against Dragon Breath Gyarados, as if they swap that in against your Metagross. And then once you get shield advantage, you could potentially Spark down, and Magnezone can go off. So definitely still a very strong team. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A bit of a shorter one. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you are new. And all that said, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.